Hello everybody and welcome back. In yesterday's video, we saw what is data normalization and we learned how and why it is done in database designing. Now in today's video, we will see an example of this concept implemented in SAP. Okay, but a quick reminder though, if you're watching this video for the first time and you've not looked at the whole series, then let me remind you that this video is part of the free step-by-step SAP learning course, and I will encourage you to start the series from the beginning. Now, you'll find it on my blog www.beginners-SAP.com. We have covered a lot of SAP basics in the earlier chapters. So, moving along, in this video, I'm going to talk about database normalization in SAP. For this purpose, we will let's visit the material master table in SAP and see if we can find implementation of normalization there. Okay. Now, one more thing to remind you here is database tables in SAP, right, can be classified broadly into two types: application tables and transaction and customizing tables. And the data in the application table can be further classified into master data and transaction data. Now, I've written in detail about this in my blog. You can go and read that too. All right. So now the material master table is one of the most important tables in SAP. Every material that the company uses, right? It could be every material that the company uses, buys, produces, stores, sells, anything, is found, can be found. An entry of that material can be found in this table. So the name of this table is MARA, M-A-R-A, MARA, and here is the structure of the table. Now let's look at a couple of fields of this table. The first field is MATNR, M-A-T-N-R, and it is used to store the material number. Okay, so just like in our earlier example, we had student ID for every student. Similarly, we have a material ID for every material, but every material can be of a different type. Meaning some material could be raw material, others could be spare parts, others could be finished goods, trading goods, supplies, etc., etc., etc. And every material can have its own attributes, meaning some could be hazardous materials, dangerous materials like chemicals, etc. Others could be fragile, heavy, hot, cold, etc., etc. Some could be solid, liquid, gas, so every material has its own attributes. And to store these attributes, we will need a separate table just to store the material type. Okay, so the material type table T stores the type of the material ID, MTAR, in the field MTART. Okay, and the reference of this field is stored in our actual material table. Okay. Now, in database terminology, this is called primary and foreign key relationship. Okay. However, in SAP, it is represented as a check table and a value table. Now, I have explained this concept also in detail in the blog. You can read that as well. Okay. Now, let's look at another thing. The material type. Okay, MTART field. Just like I said, it's used to store various types of materials like raw materials, finished goods, etc. Now, remember in our earlier example, right? We had a student attending a class and a class having a teacher. Similarly, a material has a material type, okay, and a material also has an industry sector. So, what is an industry sector? Is say a material can be used in the chemical industry, or it could be used in mechanical industry, in engineering, or in pharmaceuticals, etc. Now, this relationship is again represented by a foreign key column, MBRSH. Okay, here it is, and from the check table T135. So here we again see the primary foreign key relationship, just like we had seen in the student and class example. Now, as a final example, let's look at another field, MATKL, which stands for material group. Now, as in our earlier example, material group can be used to classify your material, okay, based on its characteristics. For example, let's talk, if you're talking about printers, right, then printers can be grouped into color printers, laser printers, etc., dot matrix printers, etc., etc., right? So similarly, this field is used to have a material group to classify the material. Now this table is T02323, and the reference of this reference or the foreign key of this table MATKL, right, is maintained in the MARA table, okay, in the materials master table. So now, so this is how normalization can be found in SAP 2. Okay. So now here's an assignment for you. So as an assignment, what you can do is you can go through this material master table and look for all the check tables and try to understand exactly how the check table concept is applied in SAP. And just a quick tip, you know, when you go to check this table, and I'll teach you how you can how you can go and check the table design, etc., etc. And we will in future lessons we will also create tables, create domains, create data elements. We'll go there. But when you check this table, right, if you use transaction code SE11, 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 when you do that transaction code, right, you can navigate to the check table tab or the value table tab, and you can quickly see the check tables for that particular table, okay, or the value tables for that particular table. So okay, so this is your assignment. Go into the MARA table or materials master table and try to identify as many check tables as you can. Okay, thank you.